or on Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, which is a comic book I used to read as a child. We think we can live away from what we hate, but we are defined by those very things. They feed upon us, sustained by our belief that we are something right. We think we are so great in our protests, but we just become the bitter offspring of what we oppose. We become prisoners in our own cages. Johnny C. So this is the first poem I ever wrote that I liked. It's called After Hours. As I sit all alone out the back of the place that I lay my head down after hours, presently, pleasantly, patiently waiting on weight that converts to an energy tracing its way with a finger dipped dripping on surface or nerve ending. Pleasantly, goose pimple dimples or similar raised too familiar on skin. Lucent. Brilliant. Patiently waiting for clothes to fall, floor bound beyond the door, sound soaring more. As I sit once again out the back of the place that I lay my head down after hours, staring at heart shapes in branches on bark burning sunlight from dusk's dawn to twilight, pleasantly jasmine scents wafting so softly on evening's breeze towards me, and the staring at heart shapes in branches as letters float onward to violet skies beyond. Light from the cigarette mimics the trees for a moment, as a siren harmonies the horn chord of a train and reversible lorry. Train wheels upon steel squills the heartbeat of soldiers that sleep on the hardened bed mattresses. The porch light detracts flies as cobwebs distract from the fluoro illusion of gas trapped in glass, and the evening moves with momentum tonight when possums climb heart shapes in branches. As I sit on the porch of the place that I lay my head down after hours, hazily staring at cables and columns of metal directional signage and towers, at cars and at buses of similar colours, and cloth ripped like bark stripped on cushions where we sit. The bottles and cans from the beer and the wine drank and cigarettes lit hit the street that is silent. Our voices of mirth and of merriment, laughter, and music and musings and sharing of culture. A pot plant that whispers of ashes and filters and bottles that fill with the smoking that kills us. The cats and the bats out the back are competing, while possums in branches and fences are seeking for solitude lit by the orbs that are shining and shadows are cast on the clothes that are drying. The moon moves to morning, retired and yawning. We slip into sleep as the sun slowly seeks. The darkness abates as a new day awakes, and we're dreaming of possums and branches. And this is kind of a new one.
Did you add to that last one?
Yeah, it's
you work on it, don't you?
It's about places that I've lived.
Yeah.
So verses get added as time progresses. That's the thing.
New verses of that.
Pretty much, yeah. Share housing and getting drunk and taking lots of substances. So this is a poem I wrote down on the 16th of October at 6:11 a.m. and it's titled, For All the Good It Will Do. Inspired by a poem from last night, wanting to write a poetry self-help poem. Feel like an imposter? Well, everyone does. Got me thinking. Then, food, home, sleep, and a dream. I was working a 9-to-5 job. We had a party. The next day, we were ushered into the MCG or some such place with seats and cement and corridors of cement and doors of steel. Seeing our manager being led into another section, possibly a glass box, just as the thoughts, that person who led us here has left us here, and holy shit, we just walked into a trap, kicked in. I awoke and lay still, thinking about, remembering that I had sat there thinking about wanting to shout out that we were led and left, and trapped, and our leader who led us and left us trapped as they were rewarded or something. I lay still, thinking about remembering that I had sat there thinking about trying to leave via the well-marked exit signs above the door. I remembered that I sat there thinking the horizontal bar did not look like it would trigger any alarm. I remembered that I sat there thinking there were no labels that warned of pushing the bar would cause any disturbance at all, and the only thing the door did was in fact provide an exit. I remember lying still, remembering that I sat there and convinced myself that using the exit by myself would most definitely end with my capture of some sort due to guards that I could not see. I remembered I sat there and thought about rousing a small group to all leave, as there is safety in numbers. But still this ended with capture and arrest. I remembered that I sat there thinking about shouting and rousing the whole stadium, minus the one usher that I had actually seen, as the large number of us were ushered into our seats, and causing a riot in order to escape. Unfortunately, this ended with capture, arrest, and some injury. As I lay still, remembering that I sat there thinking, I recalled a post of a friend who has a job and a child. Something along the lines of, "Protests are all well and good, but I have bills to pay, so stop blocking traffic." I remembered as I lay there thinking about the conversation that I could have had with my friend with a job and a child, trying to explain the importance of protest. I know that he knows that, and the conversation would end in much the same way as the post. I lay there thinking that I had not attended any recent rallies, preferring the forum of social media as my platform for protest. From the relative safety of my phone to the world population of about 100, if the numbers are anything to go by. I lay still thinking that I really do believe in causes and the planet and the protests and the people, most definitely more than 100. I lay still thinking guilty for not having done more towards this end, but surely my inaction, in fact the inaction of any one person, could not possibly be what is needed to change the tide and save the world. I lay still thinking about all the people awake at this hour, laying still and remembering. They were sitting with me in that stadium, all of us in one place, all together. We had been led and left. I remembered hearing the plane and the sound of the bomb being dropped. So I sat up and began to write this. Thank you.